What's going on, Internet? Eric Bandholz here with Beardbrand. Hope all's going well on the other side of the Internet. Today, I want to talk to you about the worst foods for your beard, specifically the messes you're going to make, and maybe some options to how to tackle that. Okie dokie. So, this is a question that I get all the time. It's like, how do you eat with a beard? And if you know, look, pretty skinny dude, you know what that means? A lot of the food's actually not going down through my mouth, it's ending up in the beard. But, it's just, you got a beard, sometimes you got wins and sometimes you got losses. So, I want to start off with kind of like the least messy foods and take it down to the most disastrously messy foods, and maybe give you a couple options on how to deal with those messy foods. So number one on my list is any kind of drink with really like an open mug or an open top. So obviously like a glass of water with ice, it's all going in the mustache. Even worse than that, if you're getting like a hot cocoa or a mocha with like whipped cream on the top, there's not a chance in hell you're going to be drinking that. The advantage is with like coffee and tea and cold beverages is you can typically put those into a container that will have a little nozzle on it. So I always get a to-go cup, put a little cap on it, be able to drink from that. No issue with my hot drinks. But here's the downside. There's a few drinks that you really can't do that with. Specifically, I'm talking like whiskey and wine. You don't want to be drinking those from a bottle. You don't want to be drinking them out of a can. I know they sell like wine in a can or in a bottle. I personally wouldn't do it. I think the drink is so much better when you open it up and it has flavor. So that one you just kind of gotta bring a lot of napkins with you. And all you old school guys will also know there's actually a tool, a device called the Whisker Dam that you can drop on the top of one of your pint glasses. And it will help keep all the foam, the beer foam, and the drink from getting into your beard. There's also like coffee mugs that essentially do the same thing. They have like a little mustache protector on there. So there are a couple of options out there if you really want to have like that open glass container experience, but you still want to be protecting that mustache. Next on the list, and it's a food I haven't figured out how to eat without making a mess, and that's an ice cream cone on the cone. If you're licking, it's, you're pretty much screwed. I literally have no idea how you can eat ice cream on a cone. Like either you gotta have like this super long, kind of like little tongue that just goes all the way out. I know Aaron Marino did a video on how to eat ice cream as a man. I don't know. Cones, no go. My solution, just put it in a cup, get a spoon, and a cup and a spoon, you're gonna be okay. Eat your ice cream. No losses, man. You're good to go. Okay, the next item on my list is, it's a messy food, but the reality is it's a messy food for people with beards and without beards. So that's why I have it pretty low on my list. And that food is spaghetti. I don't know, I think it's, if anything, you have a big gnarly beard, it's actually a blessing because your beard's going to be catching all the pasta sauce in it rather than your shirt. So you're not going to be staining your beautiful white shirt. So, in one advantage, yeah, it's going to be messy in your beard, but you got less laundry to do. Okay, the next item, number 4 on our list, is a category, and it's soups. And if you're an old school beard grower, you know there's a Tumblr page that is like beards and soup, where guys would literally like dip their beards in soup. Kind of gross, I know. I never did it, but to each their own. People do what people are going to do. I also want to include in this list what I call a breakfast soup. And you guys know that, a little bit of like cereal milk. That's soup, right? Yeah, I don't know why, but the process, like the drip, there's always like one drip from your spoon and it always lands directly on your chin right here. I didn't figure out how to fix it. In fact, a lot of times I somehow do like this little turn spoon thing. But again, it's not like a huge mess. Like a little bit of wiping will typically get a nice like broth-based soup out of your beard. But if you've got like a really creamy, like a clam chowder or something, it may be time to like go exit to the bathroom and have a good proper wash after eating that soup, or at least making sure that all your clam chowder's out of that beard. Okay, now we're getting into kind of like the more epic mess beard foods. And at the bottom of this list is going to be a hamburger. You go to McDonald's, you eat a little hamburger there, no big deal, okay? But you go to like a nice restaurant, like here in Austin, we got Hop Daddy. They make fantastic burgers. I don't know how they do it. Plow Burger, if you like those Beyond Meat vegan burgers, fantastic. But the challenge is like they're like this big, right? They're as big as your face. And then inadvertently, whenever you squish it down, like everything comes out. Everything comes out. It's just like mayonnaise, mustard, you know, areola sauce, just like beef juices. I haven't figured out how to eat a hamburger very well. But what I will do is typically I want to cut that hamburger in half and try to smush it as much as possible. And then from there, you know, you're just like dislocating your jaw. I know Jeff Boncristiano has this technique where he's essentially, whenever he eats sandwiches, he kind of uses like his finger like this, and like pushes it to the side to create a little opening for his mouth, and then he goes in there and eats it. For me, that's just too much hassle. Take a couple of bites out of my mustache, no big deal. Get some mayonnaise on the mustache, no big deal. Grab my napkin, be fine. And of course, let your friends know. It's okay to tell me if something's in my beard. That way I can wipe it out and you won't have to look at it the whole time. Now, I feel like if you get lucky with a burger, you can actually eat a burger pretty well without like getting mess everywhere. But the next on the list, there's absolutely no way. There's no way for these next items to eat them without having a completely disastrously messy beard. The first one on the list is going to be a loaded up hot dog, or if you're up in Massachusetts, like a lobster roll. Man, if you get like chili on there and cheese and like mayonnaise or mustard and ketchup and all that stuff, and you just bite down on that hot dog with all the condiments like sitting straight up, you think you can eat that without getting stuff in your beard? No way. No way at all. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You know what? Let's rewind a little bit. I want to go back to the hamburgers because there's like a special highlighted food included kind of in the hamburger category, kind of in the sandwich category that you kind of need to avoid. And if you ever get a hamburger or a sandwich with an over easy egg on it, I don't know what you're going to do. You are literally going to have egg on your face for days. Going to happen. All right, now we've gotten through pretty much all the foods out there that are going to be getting your beard all sorts of messy. But I want to talk about the last category. See, we've kind of had sandwiches. We've had like multi-ingredient foods, you know, like bread and like meat and stuff like this. Now, we're going into a completely different category here for this kind of mess. And I'm talking Texas's favorite food, barbecue, boys. All right, here's the thing. Like if you're eating like brisket and you got a little bit of sauce in between a sandwich, that kind of goes back to the previous category. But these two particular barbecue options in my mind are the absolute messiest foods you can get, not just for your beard, but also like your face and your hands and everywhere. The first is going to be hot wings. You know, hot wings. You get anything, get like a honey mustard sauce on it or some kind of like teriyaki sauce. Man, that stuff is just like I don't even know if you're getting meat inside your body. You may just be getting sauce on your face and then like something happens. Ribs are the other one. I mean, it's really kind of the same thing. You got your hands, there's like, you know, like sauce and stuff like all over your hands, getting all sticky, and then it's just like, it just like kind of like merges up, and then like you end up getting like kind of like eyeliner on your face, and then you're like wiping it all around, and then like people think you're going to war because you got like this teriyaki war face paint going on. I haven't had barbecue in a long time explicitly because of that reason. Like I just can't handle the mess. I know there's some guys out there, they're like, oh yeah, just grab my wet towelettes and towel it down and not me, man. Like I don't have to be prim prop perfectly sharp all the time, but you know, like war paint and the eyeshadow and all that stuff, I just can't do, man. I don't know. Oh, you know, special one. Artie had a good suggestion here in the Beardbrand office. He talked about a good one, like powdered donuts. You know, you eat those and just and get powder everywhere in their beard. But again, like that's one of those ingredients that's kind of the same for people without beards. You eat a powdered donut, gets on your lips, gets on your nose, you know, all over. But that's a pretty easy clean-in one. You know, there's not a lot of downsides of having a beard, but I'll say that is a downside. And maybe when I shave my beard up in a couple of weeks, then maybe I'll go out and get some barbecue hot wings and some ribs. See what that's like, not having to like get my war paint off. What did I forget? What kind of foods are super messy? As always, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for sharing this video. Thanks for the love, the kind words. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Keep on growing. Stop. Before you watch the next video, let me tell you, you are worth it. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve to pamper yourself. You deserve to take care of your skin, your hair, your beard, and Beardbrand has your back with products, not just for your hair, your beard, and your skin, but also for your mind.